Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm well today. I feel all right.
You sure? I'm gonna do a little check-in first, just to see how you doing.
Yeah. I mean, uh, I don't know. I think I feel kind of deflated, or like confused, or I don't really know what the word is. Like, I don't know what the feeling word is. I just had a lot of like odd experiences, like at work and stuff, and I'm just feeling blah.
So let's talk about that. I know you mentioned before, during our intake process, just having to deal with being in the workplace with surrounded by, majority is men. There are some women there, and just kind of feeling out of place a little bit. So how
Yeah.
have things been since then?
Since the last session. I do still feel out of place, like, it's like for so many reasons. So when I first got the job, like when I first moved to Atlanta, I was just like a brand new student, and like that was my role. Like, I'm just gonna be a student. I was just gonna like work the job, like, just to make money, but not like to be like super invested in the workplace. And I noticed, like, when I was working, like I would go to work and I would be cute and I would dress up, and the men were like really strange, and I was still like learning the like campus dynamics and stuff, like, of the workplace, and it was just kind of weird. And then it kind of transitioned to a space of like, um, almost like I'm uncomfortable a little bit. So I started wearing like a beanie to work. I covered my hair. I didn't do my makeup. I just put on like a little like medical grade mask. I don't show my face that much. The men are still like really odd. But I think like because of like my short stature and the beanie and the mask, um, the men on campus and also the women, they kind of like think I'm a child. Like, they literally like will say things like, "Oh, like, who's that kid walking around?" Which I'm a grown woman, and also most people like know me. So for when you say that, it's just kind of like a jab. Um, and they also just like treat me like a kid, like they speak to me like a child, and I'm not. And I get that I'm younger than like a large portion of like the population there, like the working population. But that's not my fault. Like, I feel like it's almost weird that like a 40-year-old, like a 50-year-old and me, who's like 20 something, are working in the same place at the same position. Like, that shouldn't have to be my problem. More so, that's like maybe you needed to transition out of the space, but not so much me being like too young to do the job. It just feels weird. And then like everybody, I noticed like everybody like on the who does like direct care, because it's the hospital, are black. And then everybody like who does like admin or like the CEO positions or like board members are all white. And it just feels like a very clear power divide. And I know they make more money than us, like I'm very clear on that. Like, nobody has to pull out a PowerPoint to show me, I don't have to have a meeting. It just makes me really uncomfortable. But then the men also, like the black men who are still at like direct care levels, for some reason have this like weird power dynamic that they're like much better than the women in the workplace, and it's just so strange to me. So it's just been a weird time.
So do you feel like, just them looking at you as a child is coming from maybe your parents, maybe how you're, how not necessarily how you're portraying yourself, but just because they know that you are young and know that you're currently, still in graduate school as well. That's coming in as them just viewing you as a child and feeling like maybe you're not, I don't want to say equipped, but just not prepared for the type of job that you're in.
Yeah, for sure. I think my appearance definitely plays a role in it. But the whole thing like with that is like people are so concerned when I have on a mask and a beanie. They're like, "Oh, like I want to see your face. Like, that's so odd. That's so weird. Like, why aren't you showing yourself?" But people had like even weirder comments when I had my hair out and I showed my face every day. Like, they still had little comments like, "Oh, she's young" or whatever, instead of just being a guidance if you like wanted to do that, if you wanted to help me in some way. And then also just like I don't know, I guess to the fact of like me being a student and everything, I don't know, it just makes me not want to share. Like, I wish I had just, and I didn't share, like, I don't share a lot of information with a lot of people. I don't like text my coworkers, I don't talk to them, we don't go hang out. It just makes me want to be more secretive, and I feel like I'm already very quiet in a lot of parts of my life, and it just makes me so uncomfortable. And nobody should have to feel like that at work. Like, I should just be able to like do my job and call it a day. And like, and another thing, I don't think I even like love this specific job, but because it's so hard, and the men are like, oh, they'll make statements about the women like, oh, they're probably gonna quit in so and so long, or oh, they're gonna like, this job isn't for them, like they're too soft. And I want to prove so bad, and for who, I don't know, for what reason, don't know, that I'm not soft. I'm not. It's not. That's not what it is. The job is just like kind of unhealthy, like, and that's just like the nature of it. But nobody's willing to say that because you either got it or you don't. I guess I don't know.
So I can definitely see just by you just talking about it, it's a very tense situation that you feel like you're in right now.
Yeah. And then I just go into work every day, like, trying to feel like, oh, like, I'm cool, like, this is just a job, like, it's not a career, like, whatever. But then, like, there's a pressure to want to, like, do more just to prove to them that I can do more, because I can. Like, I'm in graduate school, I've got higher degrees than most of them, like, I work harder than most of them. The quality of work that I do with clients is just way better. But also, like, why am I proving that? I don't want the extra position. I'm not interested in leadership at all. Like, that is not my interest at all. It's like the weirdest power dynamics that I wish we, I don't know, either didn't talk about because it's just like weird the way that they address it, or I don't know.
So let me ask you, has anyone at the job taken that time to, try to get to know you, try to make you feel like you are a little comfortable there, or everyone there, all their views have kind of been the same?
No, for sure. I think, like, my best coworker, he's like this little old man, and he's very great. We definitely talk about everything. Like, I think on the slide we talk about, like, oh, like, they're trying, like, this is how they think about Black people, or like they look, or like CEOs look down on like this part of the hospital, or we had those conversations, and that's really validating. I really appreciate him for that. Like, I think he keeps me going every day. He's like my work husband. And then my like the program manager, like the program director over like the area that I work in, I think he's very understanding. It just almost feels like he's like caught between a rock and a hard place. Like, at one end, he can definitely validate like yeah, like all the things you're saying are definitely true. Like, you're not crazy, they are happening. But then on the other end, he's in such a higher position than me, and he's a Black man, so he fits into that group of like leadership that I'm talking about. So he's like teetering on the line of like trying to fit into that group and keep his position and like be like in with the good old boys, and then also like understanding like this is the reality, but I gotta move some kind, like a specific kind of way. And then it's weird because I know HR is not for the employee. So when I want to address stuff like weird things that men say, or the power dynamics, or like just like the campus environment in general, like the work environment, I just know it wouldn't come off well, because at the end of the day, they just don't care. Like, that's not what they want to hear.
So it's just a lot of just having to prove yourself to other people, and for you, it's already, we live in a society where, as Black women, we already have, a lot to prove, or just as Black people in general, we have a lot to have to, prove to ourselves and prove to other people. So to have to deal with that, in society, as well as just also dealing with it at work, it's just becoming a very stressful situation for you every time.
Yeah, it is, and I try not to make it stressful. Like, usually it's like they're like one-off moments, or like somebody will say something, I'll be like, that's ignorant, but you can't say anything, and so then I just carry it around for the rest of the day until I can like tell somebody, and then I can't, like, if my best buddy coworker's not there, then I don't tell anybody, so I just go on with it, and it just, yeah. And I'm just really tired of the whole like, I just wish there wasn't the power divide. Maybe I would feel better if there were like Black people in the same level as admin, or if there was like a really good base salary across the board. But also, I think that men get paid more than me, literally for doing the exact same job, but they have like connections with the men who are higher up. It's just frustrating.
Seems like it's a lot of unfairness going on.
Yeah, but like, what can you do about like unfairness? It's just like it exists, and I guess it's like my job to either go get a new job or stay where I'm at and like make myself comfortable or be uncomfortable. Like those just feel like my options right now. So
But those shouldn't have to be.
yeah, they should.
Do you know if there are any other young women in your workplace that are also just kind of going through exactly what it is that you're going through right now, or do you feel like you're the only one?
Honestly, I feel like when they all start, I think everybody's got this like fire under their butt. Like they do feel that way. Like everybody goes and is like, oh, I'm gonna be so like efficacious. Like I'm gonna do this with the clients, and I'm gonna be the very best at what I do. And then they start to see the power dynamics, and you have to kind of move differently. So like you can't do too much because you don't want to be disrespectful to the leadership who are also black men. So it's just weird, like this weird dynamic there. Or they're just like, it's not worth my time. So then they're like very lackluster. And I don't think it's on purpose, like not that they want to do a bad job. They just like realize what it is and they're fed up. So they just do the bare minimum. And I'm just not a bare minimum type of person. Like maybe I wish I could be, but that's just not me. And then there's like another group of women who I think we came in like-minded, like we had the same, like, oh, like the men are, like we see this like clear, like, you know, like line in the sand, drawn in the sand. But those women pursue like leadership roles or like different roles within the company, or they build different relationships with the men in a way that I have no desire to do. I'm not going out of, I'm not flirting with a man that I don't like. I'm not kissing ass like that. I'm not having those weird conversations where men talking about some, oh, like come to Vegas with me because they think it's funny.
Right.
I'm just not entertaining that stuff. And it's cool if you want to play that role because you got to do what you got to do. Like, okay, but why does that have to do what I got to do? Like, I'm just, now I got to take my mask off and play buddy buddy, and I don't want to.
Right. So it's like in a way you're not, you know, judging other women within the workplace that of what they're, you know, what they're doing to get how they've gotten to where they're at. But for you, you know, that's not you know, that's not what you know, want to do. That's not how you want to go about getting to those long-term goals.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, and I'm, like I said, I'm not knocking them. Like, it almost kind of makes me a little bit sick to my stomach that you feel like, that they feel like they need to do that. Because, like, we all hear the rumors on campus, like, oh, who's doing who, or you see them having the conversations or just being too close, like, poor boundaries at work. And I'd be like, sis, like, it's looking silly out here. And it makes me look, to me, it makes me look bad. Because, like, it's like they're waiting on me.
Right.
It's like they're waiting, like, oh, well, if you're not going to do it, somebody else will. So then there's no need for me to go for those leadership positions, especially when I'm not that type of girl, because there are people who will do it and also get those positions. So it's like, I don't know, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm just frustrated. I forgot the question. Yeah.
I can see the frustration just all over your face through your body, as well as just verbalizing the frustration. So I can definitely hear it and see it all over you.
Yeah. I know, I should look less tense.
I mean, but it's a frustrating situation that you are in, you know, to have to deal with this every day, going to work, and just, you know, feeling like there isn't anything that you can do to change it or to change, you know, people's views. And sometimes we have to just not necessarily accept that people are going to view us how they want to view us, and there's sometimes not things that we can do to change the way they see us. All we can do is prove to ourselves and show ourselves that we're not these people that they think we are, and we can prove it to them that you thought I was this way, you see me as this type of person, but that's not me, and I'm going to prove that to you. Whether you want to choose to accept it or not, that's your decision, but I know the type of person that I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what my, you know, qualities and my capabilities are, and I'm going to continue to show that each and every day that I come into work.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think I do just have to come to that space, like you said, of like self-validating to some extent, so I could just like get through this. Yeah, I agree. I just gotta do it.
Do you feel like you'll be able to do it?
I feel like yes, I just have to, like I said, I think it's just one of those things that I either have to like teach myself how to be comfortable in that space, like build my own comfortable circle and move in that on like at my workplace, or I need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and figure out like how I'm gonna be like basically like I don't give a F and just be me. It's gonna have to be one of the two. And I just have to make that decision on my own, I guess, but yeah.
So let me ask you this, as far as becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, what makes you feel like you have to just accept that you're gonna be in an uncomfortable place when every time you come into work? Whether your I guess your work bestie is there or
Right.
if they're not there.
I guess just like knowing the environment, but also I feel like I know, like I thought about this for a long time. I either need to make a decision to go to a new workplace because I could just be making more money too. Like I think I'm just way too comfortable, honestly. I need to just like break through the fear and get a new job, new workplace, because there's nothing like tethering me here. Like I don't have a leadership position. I'm literally just chilling. I think I do like the flexible schedule, but that shouldn't be enough to keep me. Like that should not be the only reason I stay at the job. And I like the financial stability of like knowing what my checks look like, knowing where they come from, not having to like reintroduce myself to a new place or like learn all over again. But I think I just need to figure that out. Like I need to just fight through that because that's what's holding me back, I guess. Like or like making me feel like I have to be uncomfortable. Because those men not gonna change regardless. I don't think like it's not my job to change them. So
Yeah, and sometimes like I previously said, sometimes you just have to be okay with people are not gonna change, and we just have to move forward from that and just stay true to who we are and focus on ourselves and not necessarily focus on the way people see us and the way people view us, because that's that's their views, that's their opinions, that's their belief, and they're not always gonna change that. Some do, some don't.
yeah, that's real. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I guess I just need to like radically accept that, like it is what it is. For sure.
You think that'll be the type of mindset that you'll have or that you'll want to have until, because it's looking for another job,
Like
a goal that you're working?
Yeah, for sure. Like once I graduate, I definitely plan on like getting a new job. Like I said, I'm scared because like what are the financials gonna look like? Like what is my life gonna look like in a year? It's like the scariest thing. And so I guess I would rather be like at this point in time, I would rather be uncomfortable than be afraid or be broke or be just like unknowing. But yeah, I'm definitely like job planning. I just gotta get through this like hump of my life because it's so busy right now. So outside of that workplace, obviously, but yeah.
So I guess we'll just work towards you or explore ways for you to become not necessarily content, but just comfortable with going into that workspace and just not allowing, the way everyone is viewing you, the way the men are viewing you, the way they see you, the way they, in a way, are kind of prejudge you, and not allow it to affect your ability to be at work and to get things done, see your clients, see things, so.
For sure.
Okay.
Well, thanks. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
I needed this. I needed to say that stuff. So
I could see all over your face you needed to really let it out. That's why I kind of wanted to check in with you, because I could just see that today wasn't a good day for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, girl.